Howdy folks, Todd here with Great Escape Farms. This past weekend I had the pleasure of meeting Peter from the Heppy Lifestyle, and we took a lot of video, we did a lot of chatting. I was there for several hours, and I thought was going to be one video. It's going to end up being two videos. So this is going to be an introduction talking about Heppy and what they do, and this should be a shorter video. And next week I will come out with another video on the food forest that Heppy has and show some of the things going on. He's going to walk us through, tell us about it, and it's much longer than any of the videos that I normally put out, but it is definitely worth the watch. Before I go on too much further here, let me just tell you, check out the description, or you can just go to heppy.org. That's HEPPY.org, and check out his website. And he also has a YouTube channel that is, if you go to YouTube and just search for Heppy Lifestyle, it will bring up his YouTube channel. And he is an excellent resource of information, great detail, more than I found anywhere else on different plants on his website. He also goes into showing different plants in different seasons and stuff on his YouTube channel. So definitely something to check out. I highly recommend it. So real quick, a little more information on Heppy. They are operating on a 2-acre piece of property. His actual food forest itself is not a full 2 acres, although it is rather large and bigger than mine, and definitely in much better shape and further advanced, to be quite honest with you. So he definitely has a lot of stuff going on there. He has over 250 edible and medicinal plants growing, and his goal is to get up to 450. So he has everything documented on heppy.org that he has growing, as well as a wish list of things that he would like to put in or that he plans on putting in the future. And he's doing research on those. Some of the research is already posted, more will be coming in the future. So let's head on over and let's let Peter do some talking now. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll be back with you at the end.
Todd, first thing I want to do is thank you for coming out here, and thanks for elevating Heppy.org to a place worth your time coming out. So I mean that sincerely. Thank you, and thank you for what you're doing in the world of plants. I wanted to backstop what I see in the community is people planting a lot of like a regular nursery plants. And as I learned more about pawpaw, goomyberry, the beautyberry, and a few other plants, it really sparked my interest in growing only edible plants, edible trees, shrubs, ground cover, whatever it is. If it's good for human health, I wanted to grow it. So we have a list. The goal is 450 different edible plants. Again, if it's got medicinal qualities, I call it edible. So this is sort of the top of the lower garden, and it stretches from here all the way down to a main road with an anchor tree every 15 feet. Took a few years to clear the land and plant these plants, but medlar, jujube, bush cherry, cornelian cherry, shea tree. We had a good conversation about the beauty of the shea tree. Herbs, every single herb that I thought I could stick in here and not have them overwhelm each other are here. Chokeberry is another tree or another shrub that I learned has enormous medicinal qualities. And that's a really big part of what we want to do at Heppy. It's not just edible and fruit, but also these high medicinal, high human health quality plants. Again, Heppy.org was about showing in an exhibition type style what everyday citizens can be growing in their front yards. You can grow the standard things you get from nurseries, or you can grow something that you can eat. And I would argue, if I had a choice between the two, it's sort of a no-brainer. Saturn peach over whatever standard trees are being planted. Heppy is moving downtown, so to speak. We're moving down to the main road down here. I want folks to get a good visual of the farm. So smaller fruiting plants are closer to the road, and they're going to get taller. The trees will develop into taller trees going forward. Again, I envision more of an exhibition garden Some of many of these were planted just this spring, including our Pakistan mulberry. I mean, this is a bare root that was planted in April, May, and just look at the vigor off of her. Now, we're huge fans of soil. So when I plant something, it's going to be in a 5 foot by 5 foot space, and depth is really dependent on, is it going to be a very tall tree or a shrub? I may go down as far as 2 foot deep, and we just fill it with decomposing wood chips and other black compost soil, and then of course the native soil. And that's how we get this sort of an output. Do they all grow this vigorously? We don't. Not all fruiting trees and shrubs grow this vigorously, but they grow real well, and it's going to make them more winter hardy. Shade tree, loquat, and unfortunately a couple of weeds, a lot of weeds. Apple trees, one of our plants that didn't do really well. We're having a real hard time with the June apple. That one there is a June apple. But we introduced Asian pear, and we're hopeful that they work. The olive trees, Todd and I talked about olive trees. We both have given them a try. They're worth trying, but you can learn from Todd and I that they need a lot of extra care in order to turn a corner. That's the olive tree, Mediterranean plant, and we're trying to grow them here in Zone 7 and Todd's Zone 6.
So I am here with Peter. We were just chatting offline a little bit, and to me, this is a food forest, and I will have food forest in the name of it, but I will also use Peter's term, and you want to go ahead and explain that?
Well, exhibition garden. Going forward, we kind of saw this as food for us, definitely food for us, and the language on my website, a lot of it's still food for us. But I thought, well, I also want it to be a place of exhibition. I want visitors to come here and see a bush cherry. I want them to see, this is a red joker, red poker, Jerusalem artichoke. I want them to see the green tea plant will circle around to, and the strawberry tree that will circle around. I wanted people to see that exhibition, the exhibition of our fruiting plants. In parallel, it's definitely a food forest for us. You nailed that for sure. Bush cherry. You don't know what hits a home run and what doesn't hit a home run around here, and this bush cherry is doing absolutely fantastic. Great amount of growth, and what I focus in on is disease and pest resistance. Won't be a single aphid on her, won't be a single piece of disease on her. She's probably a little dried out. We do not, or very rarely, water our plants, and we very rarely water the plants because we invested in the soil. And that'll be part of my exhibition spiel, to say, yeah, you can toss this into any old soil, but if you invest the time in developing a nice plant plot, you can plant the tree, water it for the first year, and you know what? You may not have to go back to that tree again, or shrub. Will they thrive with zero water? Well, I don't know about thriving. This has been watered maybe once this year. This year was a little rainier, so I have to be careful of sounding condescending. It's all about soil. I think the green tea plant is just another one of those fruiting plants that I bumped into by reading and researching, and that's on Heppy.org. The plant list is on Heppy.org/plants for all the plants that I've written content for. And it's just another one of those plants that you run into and you just left scratching your head wondering why this isn't grown more commonly. So Heppy is a big part of that. I think, Todd, what you're doing is a big part of growing the industry of edible plants. So thank you for what you're doing, and thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure to be here. I enjoy, or thank you so much for taking time out of your day, and actually time out of your week, because I know you did a good bit of cleaning up and lawn mowing and weeding and stuff before I got here. So I do appreciate it. appreciate the time and effort. And folks, please do me a favor and check out his YouTube channel. I believe it's called Heppy.
Heppy Lifestyle is on YouTube.
Heppy Lifestyle on YouTube. Consider subscribing to his YouTube, and also check out heppy.org. And I will have those links in the description of this video, so you can check it out there to get links to go directly there. So. Okay, guys, we are getting ready to close up here. I do want you to consider making a donation to, and you can do that on heppy.org. And also, if you want to make a donation of time, September is going to be busy with pawpaw season and a lot of different things going on, but Heppy is going to have some volunteer days in October. So go to heppy.org and check out the webpage there, and you can come out in this beautiful place and you can give him a hand. That could be anything from weeding to mulching or whatever is going on a particular weekend or that particular time. Gardening. Yep. So check out heppy.org and check out the web pages. Any last thoughts here, Peter?
I really appreciate your time and coming out here. I want people to consider the value of native edible plants, well adapted edible plants, and sending out that message of maximizing human health and your physical health, nutritional health, your financial health by growing edible things in your yard. If we can do it, you can do it too.
Well, Peter, thank you so much for having me out here, and
thank you.
I hope you get lots of volunteers and lots of donations to move this project forward.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody, all the subscribers and watchers, and have a great day.